Tetris was conceived in 1984 by Alexei Pajitnov. I probably butchered that. A Soviet computer scientist, and was originally developed on the Electronica 60, a Soviet-developed computer system. The computer model was very stripped down from even computers in the 90s, incapable of displaying any graphics besides letters. The game consisted of 7 iconic blocks that would fall one after the other, challenging the player to fill in row after row to score points, and ending... No, what the hell am I doing? Tetris is the peak of video games. The most immaculately designed game ever made. If you don't know what Tetris is, you either live under a rock, are 12, or don't play video games at all. And for all 3 of those possibilities, why are you watching my video? It doesn't get any simpler. Drop pieces, make lines, you can play it, your mom can play it, your baby can play it. It's such a foolproof method that it still stood strong for 35 years straight. After the Tetris game that nobody really ever played because who the fuck owns a Soviet computer model from the 80s, the first really commercially available and the one that you're likely familiar with, Tetris on the NES came out in 1989. That same year, the Game Boy version released as a packet with the Game Boy system. And after this, Pajitnov went fucking wild. Boom, Weltris, dropping blocks into a well. Hatris, where you stack hats, faces. Tris 3, I have no fucking clue where 1 and 2 are. Tetris 2, because Tetris was so good it needed a sequel. Also,
and this time, there's bombs in it.
3D Tetris, I wonder why this didn't sell. Oh. Tetris Junior, Tetris S, Tetris Plus, Tetrisphere, what the fuck even is this? Pokemon Tetris, which only plays on the Pokemon Mini, a little handheld made by Nintendo focused on the Pokemon franchise. Tetris the Grandmaster 3 Terror Instinct, Tetris Zone, Tetris Giant, an arcade unit with the biggest fucking joystick imaginable. Tetris Battle Fusion for the Amazon Fire TV, Tetris 99. This game really blew up. Outside of those, Tetris really had such an impressive design formula that it really didn't need to be modified to date. So, what's in there for newer Tetris games to bring fans? Tetris Effect is probably my favorite modern Tetris game to date. For a game so fine-tuned to simplistic majesty, there really isn't much that can be done to change up the gameplay to warrant new games, so Tetris has always had to build around its core gameplay to keep things fresh. That's why every Tetris game has such a ridiculous premise. It creates variation that distinguishes it from the rest and gives a motive to purchase it when you already own any other Tetris in existence. So what does Tetris Effect have that sets it apart from the Horde? One single word. Ambience. Tetris Effect really feels like a next-generation Tetris game. The game is focused on creating an ambient mood while playing, with stylistic visual themes accompanied by music. The music speeds up when you do, then slows down once you do. More instrumentals are added as time goes on, with vocals added in parts with a steady pace, making the audio react to your gameplay. It's insanely immersive. Nothing kills that first song in the campaign, when you finally line up those blocks just as the beat drops. Fuck, it's good. Also, I hope this music isn't copyright claimed, otherwise that's another video to the wind. It's such a simple idea to focus on every intrinsic detail besides the gameplay itself, creating an atmosphere around the game that honestly feels like it would be distracting, but instead is actually really immersive. By far, some of the greatest levels are the Deep, Da Vinci, and Deserted, not to discount any of the others. The Deep's underwater theme is such a simple and satisfying aesthetic, especially when you reach the point where the music really hits off. You begin to dance internally to the music, all the while intensely concentrated on the game going on. Or Da Vinci, where it takes a steampunk style with windmills floating in the clouds, or Deserted's desert theme switching to the moon seamlessly, carrying the same dusty concept and mood the entire way. The game has this really interesting way of reacting to your gameplay to carry the same intensity, tempo, and beat. Whenever you drop a block, it plays a sound. However, it plays in an almost rhythmic pattern to align with the music, no matter when you drop it. Music speeds up, adds more instruments, vocals, and overall has this dynamic way of changing to match the Tetris game going on. Damn, I feel like a child satisfied by a shaking keychain and flashlight. But damn, isn't that what video games are as a whole? Each and every song has its own mood it emphasizes. There's aggressive tones, soothing tones, intense tones, and more. I'm here telling you this stuff is so good, and that's coming from somebody who despises ASMR. The ambience Tetris effect adds to the Tetris formula and enhances the gameplay, resulting in a type of game that you can just sit back into your couch or chair with, put on some headphones, and enjoy. Tetris Effect, however, has one major change to the core gameplay: Zone Mode. Completing lines fills up this bar, called Zone, and when you press both trigger, time freezes, allowing you to place the blocks however which way you'd like. When a line is completed, it doesn't immediately disappear, rather it sinks to the bottom, allowing you to stack more than the maximum 4-line clears. It adds this extra layer of skill, where you can achieve an Octotris with 8 lines cleared, or a Decatris with 10, or the ultimate achievement in Tetris history so far, an Ultimatris, where you can clear 20 or more lines. And if you can reach this, you're likely inhuman. I've only been able to reach a Decatris, which makes me think that it's honestly insane to go any further. Zone technically stacks completed lines until the bar ends as well, so sky's the limit in that regard. Anyone can reach that new world record for completed lines. This game is such a unique form of Tetris that I recommend you play not for the gameplay, but for the experience. At the end of the day, it's Tetris, okay? This shit is so fucking good.